Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got wife here. She's driving a car, so she's not going to look at you very often. And we are here for another review, Jive. The other night, last night, in fact, we watched the 2019 horror thriller movie Spiral, which is a Shudder original. This has nothing to do with the Uzumaki franchise, which, sad bananas, but this was actually a fucking fantastic movie. I mean...
So not that many sad bananas.
Not that...
Only
actually, no. So one sad banana.
Bananas.
No Uzumaki. But that's okay.
One sad banana shaped like a spiral.
Quickie review, spoiler-free. This was a great movie. Go watch it.
Yeah,
If you have Shudder, watch it. This is yet again another one of those Shudder movies that are just so good, right?
So good.
They're so good. It's like an hour 20 long or something, hour 15 long.
I thought it was closer to an hour and a half, but regardless.
Oh no, it's exactly an hour and a half. I see that. Okay, it's very fast. There is a lot going on in this movie. It is dense AF.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a lot to unpack.
There's a lot to unpack.
We think that it probably benefits from an additional watching. So we've only watched it once, but you better believe we're definitely
going to watch it again. We're definitely going to watch it again. We'll probably watch it again this weekend. But so quickie review. We both loved it. Go watch it. That's your job. You now have homework. Go watch this movie.
You're done. That's the video.
Yeah, goodbye. We're done with the movie. Over. You know, sad guy walking away with a backpack. Incredible Hulk style. You know what I'm talking about? Edward Norton. You know the reference I'm talking about? Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Now I do. Until you said Incredible Hulk, I had no idea. It was just like,
yeah, man.
Taking away.
Doo-doo-doo. I don't know the song. There's 3 notes. Anywho, you know, let's get into spoilers and whatnot. So let's do it this way. If you have some stuff you want to say about this movie, say it in the comments below. While you're here, like this video, comment below, let us know what's going on, share our video, subscribe to the channel, and do all that kind of stuff. Now that we've got the business side of this shit out of the way, let's get into the fucking stuff. So, I'm going to read The Thing, and then I'm going to explain this movie, and slowly you'll understand that The Thing, total waste of fucking time. The Thing for Spiral. A same-sex couple moves to a small town with their 16-year-old daughter.
I mean, that's not wrong, but it certainly doesn't tell you anything about the movie other than
insofar
what you
as,
learn in the
yes,
first 30
a same-sex couple moves to which... It's so bananas that they would make a horror movie description not include literally anything that would allow you to believe there's a horror movie here. I feel like that's a
different description than what we read on Shudder before we
This is the Google description, yeah. So maybe Shudder has a different one. We're driving we're driving to the hardware store, so I don't have fucking cell phone reception here. So Spiral is about this same-sex couple. I'm just gonna say they're a gay couple because there's 2 different couples in this, and it makes my life a lot fucking easier. All right, so this gay couple, it's like a dad and his 6-year-old daughter and his boyfriend, husband
or boyfriend. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they're married. His partner is better. Yeah. So his partner decide to move out of like big city, wherever the fuck they're from, and they move into a small town, wherever the fuck they move to. And like.
Oh, and it takes place in 1995.
Oh yeah. Also, this movie takes place in 1995. Right, so the back of that lady's head was a scary monster. People are getting ready for Halloween out here, guys. So this couple moves out to suburbia, basically, you know, and they've got neighbors and everybody's nice and friendly, and basically like as everybody's settling in to this new life.
Well, it's not suburbia; it's like rural.
It's rural adjacent, but the dad specifically was just like, "What do people do in the suburbs?" And then like opened the door, which was super weird because I don't think of this as suburbia, but
really
he calls it the burbs.
It was rural. I mean, okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. What the heck? To be honest, I'm not certain that there's a difference anymore at this point in time.
That's not.
Suburbia is taking over everything, and it's the worst. But so they move out to this area in this beautiful house, and at first the daughter's like not into it, but then she like meets a cool guy and she starts getting more into it, and like all this kind of stuff's going down, and the dad's got his job and whatever, and the boyfriend, the partner, is a writer, right? And so he's like writing and he's working on his whatever to become famous and make money. So they're kind of all living off the dad's money.
They don't really explain what it is.
They don't. He briefly mentions that he's ghostwriting, and they keep showing him play these videos of this like preacher talking about like how same-sex marriage is a sin and how it's destroying the family values and stuff. So I feel like he's ghostwriting for this preacher, but that doesn't make fucking any sense.
Like I don't know, or he's like ghostwriting a book like about
it, or maybe against it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that makes sense. There's not a lot of details on what he's writing about, but as like, you know, everybody's settling in, right? He starts noticing some like weird shit going on, right? So at first it's like this old man is just like wandering around on their property, and he's like, "Hey buddy, what are you doing?" And the guy just like mean mugs him and walks off, right? And so he's just like, "Oh shit, that's crazy town." And then a couple of days go by of like, you know, what he's perceiving as people like giving him looks in the grocery store and stuff like that, right?
They're the only same-sex couple
in this small town. In fact, they're neighbors. The ones who are the closest house to them that they can see. Is they're like super cool people, and they're just like, "Oh, like we don't have any of your kind around here," which is funny because he's some sort of a brown person. And they never really get into race here, but like he's some sort of a brown person and everybody else in the show is white. And so I'm just like, was that racist? And they're like, yeah, like, you know, they make all kinds of different couples. And I'm like, oh, they were pointing out the same sex.
Definitely not about being racist.
In my mind, because they were looking at him, I was just like, are they going to do like race thing in this?
I guess that's 2020 for you.
It's 2020, yeah. It's super early in the movie, so like, you know, forgive and forget.
Yeah, so she brings over a housewarming gift, which is like a creepy
It's like a
flower.
weird, like, it's like desert flower.
It looks like if an artichoke and Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors,
it's like a giant thistle,
made
basically.
Like a baby flower.
Yeah, and so they're like, you know, like, oh, like these guys are great, whatever the fuck, we don't have to worry about them. And then the boyfriend comes home one day, right? The partner comes home one day, and his and the sexual rude thing. I don't even want to fucking say it.
Yeah,
like a rude thing.
Rude
thing is written on the wall about his life choice.
A very bad word,
beginning with the letter F,
painted on their wall.
and it's like spray painted on his wall. And so of course he like has some flashbacks and panic attacks, and then paints the wall up. And we learn through these initial flashbacks that when he was younger, he had a partner who was like basically like ripped out of his car and attacked, like beaten up by a bunch of guys, right?
Yeah.
So like while all this is happening, right? You know, he's having like flashbacks and whatever, and he's like calling the partner up to try to figure, like, you know, I don't know about this, and we got to get out of here. And the partner's like, his ex-partner is just like, you know, you're just overreacting. You don't need to worry about it. Like, just move on. Like, you know, I did, whatever. So he doesn't tell nobody about this, by the way, right? He doesn't tell his partner, doesn't tell the daughter. This just happens, right? And then like, so he starts getting like, these guys are bad guys. Like, we got to figure this the fuck out, kind of a thing. He gets a security system installed. Later that night, of course, he gets a security system installed for $multi-thousand without telling his partner, so his partner's pretty miffed about spending that kind of money when they just moved, and he's the only one providing income.
Yeah.
And so that night, their alarm goes off, and he goes downstairs, and the old man was trying to break into the house.
Yeah.
Right? So he follows the old man out, and the old man's like, here's a piece of paper, you have to know about this, don't tell anybody else, kind of a thing, right? And so you're like, okay, what's going on with this kind of thing? Whatever. So the guy starts doing research on the paper, and it links to all these dates, and he's like, has to go to the library and doing all this like what are those?
Research.
No, what are those newspaper reels called?
Microfiche.
Microfiche. He's like looking it up on microfiche and shit. Because remember, this is all before the internet.
Yeah, and he finds that 10 years ago, another same-sex couple, this time a lesbian couple, with a teenage daughter, moved into town into the exact same house.
Yeah. And
they died via murder-suicide. And I don't think it actually says what happens to the daughter.
No, it just says that they die via murder-suicide, and you're just like, oh shit. So he obviously he is like, holy shit, we got to get out of here.
Freaking
right,
out.
so he's freaking out. So, and he clearly takes some sort of like anti-anxiety medication or something for his like trauma. He has like a PTSD about it, and so he's like, we got to get out of here. We shouldn't be here. And of course, his partner, who is unaware of all of the things that are happening, is like, why? Everybody's nice here. you know, like maybe if you gave them a chance, you would see that these people are super supportive and they're super nice and they don't have a problem with like our lifestyle or anything. Like you're clearly just projecting and all this kind of stuff, you know, trying to be like the voice of reason and all of this.
But he's insistent that he's not projecting.
Yeah, and he's insistent that we need to worry about this and whatever. So they go to bed. I mean, honest to God, this is happening over the course of like, I feel like only a few weeks.
Yeah, this is actually very, very quick.
This is a very short time period.
The daughter begins to, like, I don't really want to say get more serious, but sees the boy more, who is
she starts dating the son of these neighbors, you know.
And it's important to note that the neighbors, it's like a mother and the son, and then the husband, who is the local sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's been in a million things.
Oh my God, you'll so recognize him. It's Lachlan
role.
Monroe.
Yeah, this is the creepiest role I've ever seen him in. And I've seen him in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, totally.
He really does a great job at this.
So he's like, we gotta get out of here, whatever the fuck. You know, they're like, calm down, like, we'll talk about it in the morning. So again, they get woken up in the middle of the night, this time with the daughter screaming bloody murder, right? So of course, everybody's just like, what's going on? They rush in, the daughter is soaked in blood, like covered in blood, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know what's happening, where's all this blood coming from? And they start panicking and stuff. And the partner, his name is Malik, so we can start using his name. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
Now that we're in a place where I have service. But so Malik, like looks up at the ceiling and there's a blood spot on the ceiling. So they climb up into the attic, and in this attic, there's like 2 dead raccoons.
Yeah.
That are just like right above where her bed is, right? So of course he sees this as somebody put those raccoons there. And of course, are we gonna not get lighting here? There we go, honey.
It's like almost sunset.
Yeah, yeah. It just,
you gotta wrap this up.
Yeah. So he's like, clearly somebody put it there. And of course, his partner, the father, is like, or they just went up there and died or fought to death or something. Like, I don't know where this is coming from, because to him, all of this crazy is like pretty crazy, right? Like, he is having no issues in this community. Everybody seems nice to him. There's no problems.
Yeah.
It's only Malik overreacting, right? And so all of this stuff goes by, and like,
well, it continues to increase in intensity.
It continues to increase in intensity.
The paranoia, as well as the creepy things
Malik
happening.
continues to find patterns and evidence that there's something going on here, where they're doing something bad to like same-sex couples, right? But he's not showing any of this evidence to his partner, and his partner is like actually talking to these townspeople and like going to parties and stuff like that, and is like, these people are totally nice to us. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're clearly projecting, right? So during all of this, Malik is having these little, where like he'll be talking to, hey, we're talking here like this, and all of a sudden we're just inside the house talking, finishing this video up, right? And he's like, what just happened? But he's like trying to keep quiet about it, because he's getting these like skips in time.
He's like blacking out.
He's having like blackouts. Yeah. Right? So at one point in time, he gets home, right? After doing some research, and his computer's like open and his partner's not there. And he's like, where the hell's my partner? So he goes out to the beach, because this is the beautiful like cabin on like a lake or something, a river or whatever, right? So he goes out to the beach, and his partner is like, how could you? And he's like, what are you talking about? And he like shows him a bunch of Polaroid pictures of Malik in a sexual situation with one of the local boys, right? One of these like whomever local boys, right? So well, are you gonna lighten up at all, or?
Oh, probably not.
There you go. So Malik, and Malik's like, I didn't do this. They're framing me. And he's like, listen, like, if you had told me, we would have been cool with this. Like, remember when we used to do this thing at the club or whatever? So basically, it sounds like his partner would have been super cool if Malik had wanted to like have relations with this guy, right? But like, because he lied to him, his partner's super upset, which is incredibly reasonable, right? But to Malik, none of these photos make any sense. They must be photoshopped. He has no memory of any of this, right?
Nor did we
and nor do we
this
know of any of this either. So, like, we're not certain which one is real here. Is Malik's paranoia starting to get to him? And we have no fucking clue. We know only what Malik knows in this movie, right? So, whatever, Malik sees a bunch of stuff. He ends up getting kicked out of the house. Like, listen, you need to go over there and relax, right? Malik goes to a hotel. He spends the night in a hotel. Somehow, like, during one of his freakouts, ends up, like, pulling a gun, basically, on what he thinks is some sort of, like, a creature out to get him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In the window. And it's actually just some drunk guy who, like, lost his room key or whatever the fuck, right? And so he's like, okay, well, you know, or he's, like, kind of panicking, having a breakdown, and he's like, I have to save my family. Like, I love them. I have to save them. So he gets in his car and he drives back to their house. And of course, there's like a bunch of townspeople are in the house, and he's like, what the fuck's going on? And his partner's there, and he like his partner's like, hey man, like, I haven't heard from you. It's been a week. What the fuck's going on? And Malik's like, what are you talking about? It's been like one night. I don't trust these people. Whatever. He sees Lachlan Monroe, right? The husband of that couple that their daughter's like kind of seeing the boy of, and like they're friends with or whatever, and just shoots this guy. But so he shoots the guy, right? And in shooting the guy, he kills the guy. Obviously he gets arrested, taken to jail. His partner is distraught. Everybody's distraught. Nobody knows what's going on. 5 minutes of slow motion, right? Then we sort of get like the big reveal at this point in time, right? And the big reveal on this is that the guy he shot isn't dead, and that when he cleaned out his computer, right, because he's like whatever IT guy something, right, when he cleaned out Malik's computer, he found all the evidence to that Malik had found, and it's just like, I know about this folder or whatever the fuck, right? So then basically, right, they end up killing everybody. Come to find out, it's all this like ritual to keep this town immortal, all right, by preying on people's fears. And then it jumps, the very end jumps to 2005, and it's like
it's now
like a Muslim couple, with a daughter, right, showing up like, oh, the little girl, it fucking immediately goes to the attic, which is bananas. This is the most fearless little girl of all time, right? So she goes to the attic, and Malik, in one of his blackouts, had hidden a CD with all that evidence in the attic, in a like just for night, like, what are those?
Hoping that somebody in like a 80s greatest party hit.
Yeah, like 80s greatest party hit
but like
CD.
hoping that whoever is next will find it and they'll be able to.
And they'll be saved. So, right? Like, let's talk about the ending. I like this immortal twist. There was a hint a little bit in the middle about some demonic shit, like it might be a deal with the devil thing, but I don't necessarily know that that's what it was.
Whatever it was, it wasn't super overt, and it kind of left you at the end going like, okay, well, these people never age, but also we don't know why, and we kind of don't really understand the mechanic behind them aging,
which was actually kind of nice.
Well, I really
like it.
But then,
why would the old man have revealed it? Was he not in on it? But then,
well, but the old man only gave Malik like a piece of paper with like a whole bunch of
like dates
on it.
hidden under invisible ink or whatever.
Like, I don't know. Did the old man not want that stuff to continue?
Yeah, maybe he felt bad.
Yeah. Maybe that was like his fun thing that he would do.
Yeah, and it's in every 10 years they have to re-up by murdering a family and their daughter.
Yeah, but we don't know why or how
we don't really know why or how.
But in general, I like that when a movie or even a book doesn't give you the full like. Yeah,
I don't think that we needed to know everything.
You kind of have to like, figure it out on your own.
Totally. But you know what? I think that the twist that it wasn't Malik's psychosis was good. I think that the reveal at the end that his partner had actually died that day, that his psychosis was running deeper than ever, hit really hard. Right? I mean, to me, I was just like, holy shit, like this guy's way off his rocker sort of a thing. It's kind of sad that everybody died though and that the bad guys won.
I don't know. I like that.
You know, it was good.
That's so unusual for a movie.
It was super good, yeah. But still. But either way, this is Spiral. And that is a Shudder original. It's an hour and a half long. It's from 2019. Yep, 2019. It was really good.
Yeah.
I think that the ending was phenomenal, and I think that I would love to see maybe a 2015, like a movie that takes place in 2015.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where
Totally down for
the
that.
family from 2005 revealed at the end doesn't survive, but they leave just a little bit more evidence.
Yeah.
You know, as
So that-
opposed to just like giving it like they solve it. Like I would love something where we get into the morality of like what this town is really
just
doing.
because a family would solve it doesn't mean that would break the cycle,
Yeah.
right? That just might mean that family
Yeah.
escapes, or one person or two people from that family escapes.
Or maybe they have to rush the ritual, and instead of taking place in 2005, the next one takes place in 2010.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, we weren't able to last 10 years because they broke the ritual and we had to murder them all earlier than normal.
Yeah,
or
either
something.
way,
You know,
this is a really cool concept.
It was
and
so dope.
think
I want
it
more
gives
in this
birth
universe.
To like a really cool sequel and all that other stuff.
Totally,
I
totally,
would
totally.
absolutely like to see more
yeah,
of this.
I definitely want more of this. But
Yeah.
either way, again, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, doing all that kind of stuff. I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. This is Review Jive. We watched Spiral on Shudder, and it was amazing. Go watch it. I need to go buy some stuff at the Home Depot now. Peace.